Hello and welcome to Snapprovisor's YouTube channel. I'm Amy and in this video I'm going to help you make a revision timetable to help plan your GCSE and A-level revision from now all the way through to your summer exams. I did my A-levels 4 years ago now and I know that this time of year is a busy one. You've got university applications, possibly preparing for mock exams after Christmas, as well as just learning your course content and keeping on top of homework and having a good social life. And I don't want to scare you, but exams aren't that far away. It's about 7 months until May-June exam season, which sounds like a good amount of time, which it is. There's plenty of time to get on top of revision, but it will go very quickly. And now is the perfect time to start thinking about when you're going to revise what topics and how you're going to make sure that everything gets covered before the summer. Planning out your revision is something I would highly recommend you do because you have so much content that you need to work through. For example, the AQA specification for A-level biology has 40 pages worth of content that you need to be working through and understanding. And though you obviously need to remember this information, you also need to be able to develop analytical skills and show that you have an in-depth understanding of some of the topics, so that when an essay exam question comes up, you can answer it and satisfy all 25 marks with no problem at all. So I don't want to panic you, not at all, but there's a lot that you need to be working on, and if you start now, you are going to have the best chance of getting the highest grade you possibly can. When I did my A-levels, I used a timetabling technique called prospective timetabling. Essentially, you've probably done this yourself. It's where you sit down and you have a look at the months to come and what you're going to revise on what day. This can be helpful for some people, but I've learned in my research for this video that there's another way. Let me introduce you to the retrospective timetable. Now, when I first read about this, I was a little bit confused. I was a bit like, I don't understand how this is helpful, but it actually does make a lot of sense. So the retrospective timetable doesn't plan ahead, you plan as you go. And like I said, this doesn't sound very intuitive, but bear with me, it does work. What I would recommend is that you actually download your specification, save it somewhere that's really easy to access, quick to access, so you're not going to waste time plowing through your computer looking for it, and essentially use that as your tick list. Because that way you know that you're going to be covering everything that you need to know in the specification, and you'll start to develop a really good in-depth understanding of your spec and how to satisfy all of the points that they're asking for in it. I'll work through an example retrospective timetable here. So what we want to do is scroll down to where the actual content is. There's a lot of text at the top of specifications, it has useful information, but when we're revising from the specification, there's only like 40 pages we need. So let's say today I'm going to spend an hour revising this topic in biological molecules. I'm going to put all my devices away, sit down, do an hour's revision, and at the end of my revision, I'm going to come back. So let's pretend I've just done that. Come back. I'm going to write down today's date next to this topic, which is the 3rd of November that I'm filming this. I'm going to give it a rating, red, amber, or green. So let's pretend that at the end of my hour, I did some exam questions quickly. You should be doing those anyway in your revision because that's active recall and that's the most effective way to revise. But aside from that, I have done these questions and I managed to answer most of them well, but I kept dropping marks. So I'm not quite green, but I'm not quite red because I kind of understand the topic. So I'm going to give this an amber rating. I'm going to highlight it to show that I've done it and give a little amber dot next to the topic. So now I've got the date that I revised this subject and how I feel about it. When I sit down to do my next revision session, I can work on another topic and rate it in this way. So highlight it to show I've done it, give it a red, amber, or green, and the date that I did it. What you want to do is keep working through your topics, ticking them off, getting each revised to some extent, and then you want to revisit those once you've got them all covered and work on the ones that are amber or red to turn them into greens. By the time we get to our exam season, we want this whole specification to be highlighted in green to show that we have covered everything and that we are 100% sure that these are going to be good topics for us if they come up in the exam. I think the term timetable for this is a bit misleading, but it is a great way of mapping out your revision and getting it sorted in your head as to what you're going to do when you sit down to revise. Aim for at least 2 lots of 1-hour revision sessions in which you are completely focused on the task at hand. I think this is a great way of timetabling because you're not going to feel too overwhelmed because you're not looking ahead, you're kind of in the moment, looking at what you need to do here and now and working forward from that. I think that's a really beneficial way of working. So let us know in the comments what you think. As always, if this video has helped you, please do give us a like and consider subscribing to the Snap Revise YouTube channel if you haven't already. We have loads of other videos. We have teaching videos, live streamed web classes, as well as videos like this one which give you some tips and advice for your A-levels and GCSEs.